Okay, so this is question 1 on the back. Rectangular carpet has a length that is 2 feet longer than its width. The total area of the carpet is 120. Not sure how that happened. I did originally square it, and somehow it got switched back. Should be feet squared. Hopefully that wasn't an issue. Since I said area, we should know square feet. What's the length of the carpet? Okay, so it never hurts to draw the picture, right? I don't know what the width is, but I know that the length is 2 feet longer than the width, and I know that the area is 120 feet squared. Okay, so, well, area is length times width, so W plus 2 times W equals 120, right? This is feet, so together that's going to be feet squared. My units are going to be fine, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to multiply, just using distributive property, and we get W squared plus 2W equals 120, and I'm going to subtract the 120, so I get it equal to 0. Subtract 120 from both sides, so now I get W squared plus 2W minus 120 equals 0. You can go either way. You can factor it, or you can use a quadratic formula. I'm going to guess that these lengths are an integer, like a whole number, right? Probably not, the carpet's probably not 6 square roots of 3 in width. So I'm just going to give it a shot factoring. If I don't see it really quickly, then I'll jump to the quadratic formula. But I have a W in front. Again, I have a negative, so I've got a plus and a minus, and numbers that multiply to 120 and add to 2. Okay, so the numbers have to be close together because they add to 2. One's positive, one's negative. I'm not going to go down through the whole process, right? We can start with 1 and 120, knowing that the 1 has to be the negative, and I'm going to go down 2, 4, blah, blah, and get down to 10 and 12. Okay, so you can do this process. You've seen it done on the calculator. You can do it by hand. So it's got to be minus 10 and plus 12, which means my solutions are not x. W equals negative 12 or 10 slash, because we know that the length can't be negative. So W equals 10, but it didn't ask for W, it asked for the length. So it's W plus 2 is the length, right? So it's 10 plus 2. I hope you can do that, right? So that's going to be 12 feet. Okay? Second question has 2 parts. Golf ball is hit off a tee, height above the ground in feet of the ball, h of t, 2 seconds after it was hit, is modeled by Modelid. Spelling. The following function, h of t equals negative 16x squared plus 20x plus 10. Okay, how long will the ball be in the air? How long? T seconds. I'm solving for t. What's the height of the ball? H of t. Well, it'll be in the air till it hits the ground. So I want to know when h of t is 0, right? When is the height 0? So 0 equals negative 16. Oh, look at you, Mr. Late. X. I used X. That should be a T. That's not confusing. Sorry about that one. Squared plus 20. In fact, let's just go ahead and make that a T, since that's what I say in the words. T squared 20T plus 10. I'm not even going to consider factoring this. I think it's highly unlikely that the ball is going to be in the air and land in an integer amount of time. Sometimes that happens, but usually it's because the person designed the question to move that way. So, quadratic formula. So, A equals negative 16 B equals positive 20 and C equals positive 10, so I have negative B, negative 20, plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC. This looks kind of familiar actually, just because I just copied it from before. Minus 4 times A, negative 16 times C, 10, except I think that was 100 in my previous question. And that's all over 2A, which is negative 32. X equals, okay? So now I'm just going to go to my calculator and solve. Okay. So, move to this side. Okay, so I've got 20 squared minus 4 times A, which is negative 16, times C, which is 10. Hit enter. Okay, 1040. So that's what's inside my radical. So now I have negative 20 plus or minus the square root of 1040 all over negative 32. And that's what X equals. Okay, so just be careful with all the negatives there, right? So 1040, calculator is not rounding anything off, so I know that's an integer, so I'm going to do the whole thing up top now. Negative 20 plus the square root of 1040, close, divided by negative 32. Okay, I'm tossing it out because it's negative. I was pretty sure it was going to be. I wasn't 100% sure, and so I wanted to make sure by just checking that. Okay, so that's no good, right? Negative time wasn't going to help me. Second entry, and I'm just going to go up and make it a minus. 1.63 seconds. Okay, and so how long was the ball in the air? The ball is in the air 1.63 seconds. Okay? Then there was this extra question that we had, which I think you'll be able to figure out, a question like this. If the ball is moving forward at an average speed of 100 feet per second, how far will the ball travel before it hits the ground? So if it's going 100 feet per second and it's traveling for 1.63 seconds, that's pretty easy, right? 1.63 seconds times 100 feet per second is 163 feet. Okay, so very low trajectory ball, it sounds like. That's not very far off the tee. So learning about golf. But that's it. Okay, so hope that was helpful.